Yo guys, Javen for another episode. It's be a quick one today. I just want to say today I want to talk about psych, which is important. Men's Mental Health Month. Just a few my little takes on it. A few things I feel like men can do to help. I'm not an expert. This is just disclaimer, by the way. I'm not claiming to be no expert. I'm not saying to be no guru. I'm just a 25-year-old young male that is very much. I feel as if that, from my experiences and the way that I think, I like to think of myself as a good critical thinker. Things that I see for myself, other people's experiences, and over a consistent period of time, I start to pick out things. So I think this whole November Mental Health Month, I think it's just all a facade. If I'm completely honest, I don't think society cares about men's problems. I don't think they ever have really cared about men's problems. Generally, collectively, from both other adult men and other adult women. I know you got people saying, "Oh, we care about men's mental health. They should speak more." It's all lies. They don't care because society. Society has always seen men to be strong all the time. And a thing of use, as in the human doing, not the human being. It's the human doing. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. Otherwise, you're surplus to requirements. I'll be real. I believe that I'm not gonna go to too much different things. It's a whole nother conversation for another day. There's multiple conversations within these conversations, but like even this whole like thing, because the men's mental health month, there's not really big, there's never real much big advertisement about it. The only thing I can think of is just like this grow a moustache for November, and I think what's the other one? Please tell me if I'm conflating the two. Like no fap, is that what it's called? No. If you know what the fapping thing is, yeah. Don't do that for not November. That's what they call it. How does that actually help with men's mental health though? Generally, see, I'm all for things if they actually make sense and I can see a vision and direction to achieve X, Y, and Z. But if it's just, it sounds like a good trend to do for a period of time, I'm someone that becomes very like disillusioned with it all. If that makes sense, I find it very hard to get on board with things like that. Let's say, for example, I partake in it for like one day. At some point, on reflection, I'm a very reflective person, and I'm like, hold on a second, like, what's this actually done? I'll give you a prime example, right? I remember during lockdown in 2020 when the coronavirus was at its peak, right? And then everyone was on lockdown. And obviously, we were talking about the nurses being taken advantage of at work, not being paid well, not really being respected, all this stuff, right? And I remember this. The reason why I remember this very well is because obviously I was in Bournemouth, because that's where I was living when I had uni. I was living in Bournemouth, between London and Bournemouth. I was based in Bournemouth. I was actually in Bournemouth the whole time during lockdown. I didn't even come to London, right? For anything, right? Because of lockdown, and I was very busy, yeah. And then I remember every Thursday, like, we'd come outside and we'd do this we've got a clap for the NHS. At one point, I just stopped doing it. I was like, hold on, what does this actually do? What does these claps actually mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, guys, please, not just everybody watching this, first of all, please like the video. Very important, like the video, please. I think it's quite important. And also comment your take on it. You ain't got to agree with me. This is my thoughts, right? They're just like, clap for NHS. I'm like, but what does that actually do? So every Thursday at a certain time, I think it was like 6 p.m. or something, or 7, I can't remember, but it was in the evening, and we'd go out and then on a Thursday and we would literally clap and then go back inside. What does that actually do? Do you understand what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is with the men's mental health, it's known for men to be the highest suicide rate generally. Guys unfortunately throwing themselves in front of trains, tubes, throwing themselves off balconies, off of bridges, on like probably taking some substance to put them to sleep for permanently, all kinds of things, shooting themselves in their head, you know, all these things, overdosing, all of it is horrible, you know, and that is where it's got to in society. Now, I don't believe in this whole mind-altering drugs. I think personally, I don't know if I should be saying this, but I keep it 100, apart from when I'm having a little joke or my comedian effect, but I generally believe like issues like this are set up for how do I say it, organizations or things to be taken advantage of. Like, you know, this whole like, I think big business is there to be made out of situations, good for the good reasons or bad reasons, it doesn't matter. But with this whole like, oh, take these pills and all that kind of stuff, I don't think that does anything. I'll be honest. I think the best exercise, I remember doing like for an assignment at university, and there's an effects on exercise and what it was doing for someone's like depression or anxiety, whatever you want it, anxiety or depression or whatever. But I personally think men should speak. If you want to cry, you can cry. I don't think, my opinion, I don't think it should be done in the way that they're being told it should be done. I don't think men should just be in front of, let's be honest, like, you have women telling men to cry in front of them, and then that's being used against them. So I don't trust. If I'm honest, I don't trust them. I don't trust them and for the reasons why we have numerous examples of men crying in front of women and they're being seen as weaker, and it's being like this idea that, oh no, I want you to do it, and then it's like, no. I think men, what they should do, I think some people are doing this, like, I think what you want is a good strong network of brotherhoods. So either male friends where you come together, or support groups where you can talk about your problems individually and really relate heart to heart about whatever it is you're going through. I think that's the best thing to do. If you want to cry, then cry. You're here for the same reasons. Or if you don't do that, you don't do it. If you ain't got, not everyone's got many friends, or some people ain't got any friends, right? Or family members that are going to be supportive or understanding. So maybe if you can, like, unless it's like a paid a professional, like a counsellor or a therapist that's getting paid to do a job. You don't know this person personally. You're not there you're not trying to date them. You're not trying to do any personal relationship. It's just purely a professional relationship between someone that's trained and studied and worked in that professional field, whether it's a female or a male, as long as they're in that position to actually, and they're trained clinically to deal with people that are going through mental health issues, then yeah, do that. But other than that, that's a good alternative as well, I think. Counselling, I think in America they call it therapy. Go and they should do that. Or like, if you have friends, even though they're not trained, have a group that you can talk to, that you're trusted, I think, yeah, you can talk about that. I don't believe that they should bottle up their feelings. We're all human beings, but I just don't believe that it should be done in the way it's being said. I think it's a load of garbage, and it's like, it's all lies, if I'm honest, because it's not changing. There's no advertisements for it really. You don't hear much about it. I've not heard one whimper of it. I think I've seen the odd poster on a bus of a moustache or something like that, or some. I feel like I even heard more about it last year or the year before that. So it's all like, it's just, oh my god, man. Like, I just think people just full of S, man, if I'm completely honest. I think that guys, so obviously I go to the gym not just to try and look good, but to also feel good. I think weight, so for example, I went to the gym this morning. I feel a bit more relaxed. I've been going through things in my head recently as well. If I'm quite honest, I've got my own issues. I'm not going into them. I don't need to. Maybe another time but generally, and I feel, and I do that. And my personally, everyone's different, but what I personally do is the weight training. I do that in the morning, early first thing as possible, to try and like manage what I'm going through, or any things I may be going through. Manage maybe the anxiety that I'm having, or some people have the actual depression, which is different. Actually, which people diagnose people of. That it has effects on your releases certain hormones, and then also running releasing like endorphins. I personally find that running even helps me even more than doing the weight training, even though I do both. I've been running more in the morning, and it sets me up to deal with stress better and tolerate stress better throughout the whole day. And I'm not saying it's the perfect, I'm not saying it's the cure, I'm not saying that I'm trained, I made a disclaimer earlier on, but I'm just saying that it helps manage things a lot better. That's not to say that I'm not going to get stressed at all for anything, or I'm not going to be able to deal with it, but it just helps better, I think. I don't believe that these pills, I think it's just like, because back in the day, these pills wasn't a thing, and surely there's people that are going through these things before. It's not like the mental health is not a new thing. It's something that's always existed, but there are probably other things people were doing from like 600-700 years ago, 800 years ago that they were doing if they were going through it. Exercise was a thing then as well. Not all these like modern pharmaceutical things, mind-altering drugs. I just think it's all. I think if it does feel like it numbs you, I think it's a temporary fix. I don't believe that alcohol is the solution. I don't think any illegal substances are the solution either to numb the effects. I think you just feel much worse. I don't even think eating junk food is the solution. Like, they say comfort eat. I know there's reasons why people do it. I think try to eat more whole foods, and like feel good foods. No, I don't think like, I don't know, Domino's pizzas with all these grease and oils, and like, even though it may looks good, I don't think it just makes you feel worse. Like, you enjoy it in the moment. So for me, when I feel bad, I find it. My appetite is good. I struggle to eat foods that I like that may not even be the best for you. Some people find it as a comfort, as a numb, but I feel, from people that I know that have not been feeling great, I think they feel worse, and they just start looking worse as well, if I'm being quite frank. So yeah, I don't really believe that is the solution. And also another story, we're not going to go too much into it as well, it's another thing, but like also certain sugars and things impacts your blood sugar levels, makes you feel like that. So imagine you feeling terribly mentally anyway, and then you've got like these comfort foods that have got certain oils and like preservatives in it, sugars and kind of stuff. You'll start feeling loopy, lethargic, lazy. Yeah, it's not the solution, man. It's not the solution. If I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, that's basically what I want to say, because I don't believe in the way it's being told. I don't believe people generally care. Look, you got people like, it's become socially acceptable to take liberty, to take the mick and like mock Will Smith. It's become socially acceptable to do that on a regular basis. You got more stories coming out now. I can't be bothered to talk about it, but you people probably aware of people walking in on him in compromised positions. You've got Tyrese Gibson, who I mentioned, I've done a show with about recently. He got made into a meme when he was crying on camera. He got made into a meme. So this whole, we care about mental health, we care about men, and it's lies. When if men end up like removing themselves from the face of earth, people will, let's say they're public figure, because celebrities have been doing that, and people say rest in peace, and they will move on very quickly. And even people that are not in the public eye, only their closest ones will mourn for a bit, and eventually. And I'm not saying that their life should not ever end. You can't. Like, you still got to go through life. I'm not saying that they should just not. You should not move on, but they do need to eventually, and will eventually move on. So, and then that person's not coming back. So, yeah, that's my take on it. Guys, yeah, please again hit the like button. I wasn't gonna do any shows about other things. We could talk about P Diddy and that kind of stuff. I can't be bothered. This is more important. This may not get as much likes and traction, but I'm here to do a show. I'm here to do what I want to talk about, really. and I hope that people that watch this, that do like what I talk about, that do like this on channel, do resonate and generally like it. I'd rather it like that than just me saying things, because it is, again, the podcast is the bread and butter of this show on my channel, but I'm doing a lot of these standalone shows at the moment, talk about some more stuff, like I really talk at the camera and to the people that that are watching and are interested and want to learn some things or take some advice, or yeah, even correct me if they think that I'm wrong, which is cool. Just, you know, just be respectful about it. Don't need to be like mad, like aggressive and attack. Like, just, you know, try to be a bit constructive with it. But yeah, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around here as well, share it with people if you think this is good. But yeah, until next time, guys.